Hello and welcome, believers. I'm Cassandra, your host, and today we're diving into a topic that is important and deeply personal to many young people: navigating mental health challenges while nurturing our faith and trust in God. It's a conversation I believe is crucial, especially given the pressure young people face today. Personally, I believe this is an essential issue because I've seen firsthand how mental health can impact every aspect of a young person's life, from their studies, relationships, and their sense of purpose.
For me, the idea of finding strength and solace in faith during tough times resonates deeply. It's a journey that often requires courage and vulnerability, and it's why I think discussing this openly and honestly can bring so much comfort and guidance.
And as obvious as it is, today I'm not alone because we are joined by some incredible individuals who will share their insights and experiences, and it will help us explore how faith can be a source of resilience. So let's welcome our guests, Jimmy Bico and Daniel Manlay. Okay, believers, let's start our podcast now.
You're welcome. We're glad that we can share our experiences with the viewers so they can relate to them and learn from our perspectives. As a student, the pressure can feel non-stop between exams, deadlines, and expectation from family. It sometimes feels like there's no room to breathe. When there were days when anxiety made it hard for us to focus in class, even though I wanted to do well.
Yeah, I can definitely confirm this as I noticed that my peers are afraid of being judged. Personally, stress affected my sleep and motivation and made school feel more overwhelming than it should have. But I also feel that the issue also stems from the current rise of social media. Especially after the pandemic, often people, especially in my age, go to these social media platforms to gain likes, to boost their self-esteem, to feel validated or gain confidence. But more so than often, this becomes an obsession.
I agree. Sometimes we find ourselves comparing with one another from how we look and how we dress and how we live our life. We find ourselves living our lives constantly living in this standard of people on the internet just to gain that feeling of belonging and validation.
I truly think that this kind of lifestyle has greatly contributed to the prevalent increase of depression and anxiety found in my peers. I think people need to realize, especially the youth, that we shouldn't live our lives in constant comparison with one another, but should live it with love for our own selves and for one another.
Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you, Daniel, for sharing your personal experiences with us. Now we are asking, what are some coping mechanisms or strategies that you have used in order to deal with these challenges?
More, para sa kuha good, I felt like personal prayer helped me best throughout hard times. Kaya more nahabit na ako siya. Actually, na everyday ritual na ako. I pray every start of sa buntag o sa gabi na good. Yan akong style mag-cope sa akong mga problema na ako.
So, how did it feel na ga-pray ka every day?
I felt more light with me. I always found myself asking for strength good and guidance sometimes.
Yeah.
It feels more as if na I'm conversing about my life with the Lord and God. It feels as if I gain courage to continue my everyday challenges.
Well, for me, I feel very helpful, like, mag-open up sa akong family ko siya. Like, it is hard at first na mag-open up, but pagkadugay-dugay, like, maging open na po kasi sila. Like, I feel like the weight sa akong nakalawasan na mawala siya kapag every time mag-open up ko sa ilaha. And I feel like tanan man siguro ta maka-hear sang ingani nga advice. Pero very likely to feel discouraged from it. Pero for me, it is the best thing to do whenever you feel down or discouraged ka kayo.
Difficult yun din yung na-experience, no? And proud kasi nyo nga na you guys overcame it, no, challenges ninyo. You know.
Really, ba yun?
Thank you again, Jimmy and and Danielle, for sharing your personal experiences with us. You know, mental health is something we truly can't ignore, especially among us young students. It affects not only our academics but our overall well being. And as a community of faith, we must support one another and remember that God walks with us in difficult times.
The world we live in today can be very exhausting, especially for students. Anxiety and depression have become common within our society, and the number grows day by day. That is why it is important for us to acknowledge its presence as an ongoing issue within us so we can show God's light for those in need.
And for those who are in need of guidance and healing, know that God will always be with open arms. The darkness might be blinding for now, but it is only temporary. For God's light is eternal in His holy kingdom.
There will always be pain, suffering, and hardships in our lives. But trust that darkness does not have to be permanent. Find light in the people that you love and open your hearts towards them, so they, in return, will also find yours.
And as they say, no man is ever an island. Do not be afraid to ask for help. Do not let yourself be isolated by your own walls, because we, as human as we are, will sin, will feel, and many times trip and gain scars. But know that there will always be a helping hand. There will always be light in the cracks of your walls. You just need to know where to look for them.
For all those out there who feel lonely, depressed, anxious, and sad, we invite you all to look for the light.